Digimon, like episodes 30 on to 30 whatever. Myotismon.
39.
So, like, how much, like, jeez, what, just, yeah, like, I'm trying to get my thoughts together. It's just like, this is like a good series of episodes. Like, should we address the elephant in the room of, like, the weird Crotch Muppet?
I never noticed it in the episode. That's a weird one. Does that happen in like 39?
Yeah, like the like,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know. Is that just part of Venom Myotismon's design, or is that just a weird
like it just,
thing?
Yeah, it just pops out and it just starts like screaming and saying things, and they're like, "What the frig is this?" Just got this goofy furry crotch Muppet. What the frig is this thing?
I don't know. It's really, really weird.
I guess we'll get to it when we get to it.
God, is it actually part of his design? What the heck?
It just pops out. And they're like, oh, okay. It's like, if I like Mitcher is like, yo, have you ever seen the end of Yu-Gi-Oh?
No.
Whereas like the final thing of like the original series, there's just like, yo, like Yugi goes back to ancient Egypt or whatever, and like I forget who it's like some villain someone's like, you know, this like giant shadow monster thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's just this like giant like buff upper body with like, you know, this like, you know, like legs and stuff. And he has like this giant dragon head just coming out of his crotch and has like the long neck and stuff. It's like, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I remember hearing once that it's like, yo, the creator like actually like apologized for it like after the fact. And he's just like, I was just so exhausted I didn't even realize what I was making. I was just in like a fever state. I wonder if there was like something similar with the idea of this crotch Muppet.
It doesn't seem to be part of his design in like official art. I mean, not that the anime isn't like an official source, but like,
so because it just comes out, so why'd it be an official art, right?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. It's like, I feel like this was, I don't remember if I remember seeing this as a kid or not. But I feel like I did have some, like, just in the back of my mind, just like, oh yeah, Venom Myotismon's design is weird. And now it's looking at it, just like, oh yeah, that's super weird.
I was looking up the art to find official like artwork, and I found people drawing like cutesy versions of Venom Myotismon. Yeah.
Does it have the crotch Muppet though?
Yes, actually.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I posted it in Discord.
That's a lot better than I was kind of expecting, but still, that's so bizarre.
Yeah.
Huh. You have to look into that or something, I guess, because like there has to be some story behind this that I just don't understand. I guess like in the meantime.
Yeah, I'll look into it and go ahead and start talking about the episode 37.
So episode 37, like the group just like formed their Digimon into like their ultimate forms, and they all just rush like Myotismon's base to save Kari, basically at like the TV station.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, yeah, Myotismon puts all the like kids and adults he was holding captive to sleep. So like, or these 3 episodes, I feel like they like kept most of the dialogue intact outside of like a few short, like, you know, like kind of smaller things. One of the things they really tried to get around was that, like, in the sub, you know, Myotismon says, like, oh yeah, put them to sleep, I'll snack on them later.
But he's more, yeah, I watched the dub, he's way more, vague with his intentions.
Yeah, he's just like, yo, he's just sort of like, just put them to sleep or something, I don't care.
I'll figure out what to do with them later.
Yeah, I think that actually is, like, the line.
Yeah, so I think, so jumping ahead a little bit, there's a whole lot of like biblical references and whatnot.
Yeah. And those somehow stayed intact.
Yeah. Well, Venom Myotismon is, from what I'm seeing, pretty close in appearance to Abaddon, the Angel of Death in Revelation.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense, actually, I feel like.
Yeah, and if you know anything about beasts and monsters in the Bible, they have pretty radical appearances.
Pretty, like, crazy connotations.
Yeah, posted another image in Discord.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, honestly. It's like you have the bat wings and stuff, and like, yeah, I don't see it.
So that may be as far as the weird crotch monster goes. Is he's a biblical freak monster with weird features.
Yeah, maybe.
They made it look really silly, though.
Yeah. Like, I know it's like there's like some there it's like, you know, the like 7 sins or where, and they like fuse together into like the beast of the end times or something. And it's like taking direct inspiration from like, you know, the 7 crowns or something like that.
Yeah.
And I forget what exactly it was, but it was like, you know, they like tried to like actively match the description while still making it like a crazy Digimon.
Yeah, and this isn't the last time we'll see weird biblical references in Digimon.
Oh no.
The entirety of Lucimon is
yeah.
That.
From basically like arc 1, it's just like, oh yeah, who's the bad guy? Oh, it's the devil.
Yeah.
Like, who's the one stopping it? It's like, oh, it's just this angel. And it's like, alright, they don't give a crap about, like, you know, like, whether or not, you know, like, people are gonna freak out about this. They're just going for it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's inspiration.
Yeah, like, it's fine.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know, yeah, they're very clearly just like, you know, just straight up like, oh yeah, we're just, like, doing this.
Yeah.
This is all, like, fair game right here.
Yeah. At some point, they're like, oh my god, what's Myotismon turned into? And then I think it might be Matt's dad who's like, it's his true form, the Beast.
Yeah.
It's like, oh crap, okay.
I think in the sub he actually does say, like, he turns into the Beast of Revelations or something. And it's like, oh man, that's pretty good.
Yeah, there's certain things about the sub that I'm curious about. This, like, there are weird cuts in the dub that make me think that they cut something, but one of those moments is in 37, so we'll get to that eventually.
Yeah. I think I know what that moment is, but I could be wrong.
What do you think it is?
It was like 37?
Yeah.
Alright, never mind. Think of like something else. Because there's a scene where they like flip over the car or something.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, okay, guys, watch this sub. And I'm like, alright, don't remember this being in the dub. And it's like kind of dicey because it's kind of like a violent car flip. So I could kind of like see them maybe cutting it, but I wasn't sure.
Okay. Well, We haven't even really started to talk about 37, have we?
Nah.
So Kari's being held prisoner by Myotismon and Phantomon, who Phantomon feels the need to hold her at scythe point for some reason, despite the fact she has nothing she can do about it.
Oh yeah, I didn't even realize that.
Yes, Phantomon has a scythe like hooked around her the whole time.
Oh jeez.
It's like, calm down, dude. She can't do anything to resist at this point.
Man. Like, Phantomon really is just, like, the secondary villain of this arc in a weird way, because he's, like, out there, you know, doing the stuff, right?
Yeah, still he gets wrecked.
Yeah. Like, completely out of nowhere, too, because, like... Alright, so first, like, Greymon just, like, rushes in and just, they start, like, toasting Bakumon. Like, those Bakumon are effing dead.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, Greymon fires like one fire blast at a group of Bakumon, and they all explode.
Yeah,
and it's like, oh, okay, you're just at that level now, I guess.
And like, Izzy has to explain to like Matt's dad, I think, or something like, you know, about good Digimon, bad Digimon.
Yeah, despite the fact that he already knows like Tentomon there, and it's like, yeah, some of them are good.
He's like, yeah, the good Digimon are friends. It's like, Tomon's just like, I'm more than good, I'm exceptional.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I think like Garurumon just like meets up with Matt's dad and it just like talks.
But his mouth doesn't move.
Yeah, he just mentally talks. As sitting there, it's like, alright, you know, there's no way. Like, this feels like in the sub that, like, you know, he didn't say anything and they just added something.
Yeah.
But no.
Oh, like, he does it in the sub too?
Yeah, the sub, he makes, like, a weird wordplay pun that makes no sense to me, because it's, like, in Japanese.
That's so weird, because in the dub, it looks like some animations loop at some point.
Yeah.
Like they're extending the scene to make it look like he's there talking.
Like, I believe some like animation screwy went on there, like some screwing around with that, because like in the sub, like Matt's dad says like, "Oh, what's this thing?" or something, like the way words it, something like something Nannymon something. And, like, Garurumon says something like, oh, I'm not Nannymon, that's someone else.
Weird.
It's like, yeah, it's just one of those jokes that's just, like, untranslatable, just straight up.
There's a point... It's really weird. It's a point in a Digimon... Like, this has nothing to do with this. This made me think of this. In Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth. You're not there yet. It's not like a plot important thing or anything, though.
Yeah.
For some reason, Arata starts referring to the Eaters as Bakumon. And
yeah.
And for the longest time, I thought it was a translation error.
Oh, I know what that is. Because, like,
really?
there's a thing in the sub where, like, Joe calls his brother a Bakumon or something.
Really?
Yeah, because apparently, like, it's close to, like, a translation for monster.
That explains so much. Because... But that's so weird, because they called them Eaters before.
Yeah.
And they even say it in, like, English. They're like, Ita. Like...
Yeah, I guess he's just like, oh, they're not just ears, they're monsters or something.
I guess, but it weirded me out for the longest time, because I'm like, did they weirdly translate it? And then I listened, and in Japanese, he says Bakumon, and I'm like, but that's not a Bakumon, what?
Yeah. There's like some bit where it's like, you know, Joe's like, you know, he opens up the closet door, his brother, like, you know, comes out or whatever, Joe, like, freaks out, he's like, I know a Bakumon, and his brother's like, I'm not a monster. And there's like a little translation note. It's
okay.
Like, yeah.
What a weirdly appropriate time for me to just bring that up.
Yeah.
Okay, but back to 37.
Yeah. So, like, yeah, Wizardmon just shows up. with like epic like Piximon. Oh no, Wizardmon shows up and they like bring in Piximon. Wizardmon's like, hey, was she attacked by like Myotismon's dead scream? And he's like, all right, I'll like fix this. And he just like does it.
And then he does Naruto hand signs.
Yeah. Like, Wizardmon's hand game is, like, pretty on point this episode, honestly.
Yeah, it's fine. He's doing magic. It looks like stupid Naruto hand signs, though.
There's a point where he, like, shoots a blast at, like, Myotismon, and I swear he's doing, like, the Dragon Ball Z, like, you know, Kamehameha motion at the end of it.
I guess I missed that.
It's very subtle. It's, like, just there for, like, a second.
Oh, man, that's great.
I'm honestly not sure if that's, like, intentional or if it's just like, oh yeah, this is like, you know, he's shooting a magic blast, so of course he's doing that motion.
It's weird, because Wizardmon has a staff, although I think he lost it or something, because we don't see him with it throughout these episodes.
I don't remember him ever actually, like, having the staff in the series, actually.
Oh, has he never actually shown up with it?
I don't think he has. Because I'm thinking back and it's like, you know, to like doing the magic tricks and stuff and like hanging on the roof with a Gaomon, and I don't remember him having a staff.
Oh, actually, in his art, it looks more like he has just like a wand. Actually, less of a staff, more of a wand.
Yeah, that sounds like, you know, closer. Like, that feels more Wizardmon, I feel like.
Yeah, I think Saucermon has more of a staff type thing going on.
Yeah.
Well, some art. Oh no, it's fan art.
Yeah, it's fine.
But yeah, let's look up Saucermon.
Yeah.
Saucermon. Spell it right. I don't know. Saucermon's also looks pretty short.
Yeah.
I think the head of the staff is just bigger.
Yeah. I'd kind of, like, you know, understand that. That's, like, you know, it just sort of feels bigger, though.
Yeah, well, it's a big old, like, snowflake.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
But yeah, nothing... We're jumping ahead to, like, the Wizardmon attacking Myotismon on the roof, and there's...
Yeah, before really that happens.
Not even really missing anything before that. All that happens is the kids have their Digimon fight a bunch of Myotismon's lackeys.
Yeah, and like Myotismon's randomly like, "I've got you, my pretty," and your little cat. Kari, I think.
Yeah, the Kari.
Just gotta get that in, I guess. Yeah, I can't dig that it's like they kept how like he reveals that like, you know, Gaomon's like the partner Digimon, right? He's just like, oh, how do you know like her name if you've never met this person before? And like, you know, like,
oh yeah, Myotismon has Devimon like pulling Kari's hair.
Yeah, and she just screams at Gaomon's like, oh geez, I gotta help her. He's like, hey, how'd you know? He's like, you know,
how would you know her name?
Yeah.
If you've never met her before.
Man, it's like, the Ultimate's just like, fight Myotismon for a bit, and he's just like, you know, just like waving his hands around and just like making their attacks disappear and redirecting crap.
Yeah, Myotismon's just cheating.
Yeah, like, how the frick is he so powerful?
You're an ultimate. You're not... like, all of the Digimon, including the ones in their ultimate forms, are, like, firing all their attacks at him, and he dismisses them with a wave of his hand, and it's like, that's cheating.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Just, so if we're going further, just, like, this is kind of off topic, but while it's on my mind... You remember the episode where, like, Garudamon appears, right?
I mean, those are the first time I've actually watched the episodes to be up to date with it. Like I've said before,
right, yeah.
I've watched the series before. It's just this is the first time I've watched it.
Kind of like where it's like, oh yeah, they're like in the digital world, and Myotismon just appears and attacks them.
Yeah.
Why did he attack them if Kari wasn't there?
Just because he knows that they're the Digi-destined, I guess.
So then why doesn't he kill Ty later?
Dunno.
It makes so much less sense in that context, and I just realized it after, like, you know, like the week off and stuff.
Yeah, Myotismon is extremely incompetent.
Like, holy crap, that's kind of glaring, actually. Alright, so yeah, so, like... Right, like, before they attack him, Myotismon's just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna use the Death Glare to, like, kill Kari. That thing that, like, screwed up Piximon, made her, like, scream horrifically.
Lilymon.
Lilymon, right, yeah. And it's just like, alright, yeah, that's interesting. Jeez, that would've been, like, pretty horrific if that went through.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, like, they'll attack Myotismon, it's, like, way too powerful. And, like, Wizardmon, like, attacks Myotismon with, like, a fireball or something, and Myotismon's, like, you know, just firing off all the ultimates and stuff, just, like, Dragon Ball Z style. I don't know why I said that. However, it's fine. Yeah, so, like, they get to a point where it's like, Myotismon shoots an attack at Kari, and, like, Wizardmon jumps in the way to take the hit. And Kari's like, oh my gosh, it's my fault, and, like, you know, that activates, like, her crest and, like, Gaomon Digivolves, basically.
Yeah.
Just, like, straight up.
Also, so this is the point where I think there's a weird cut. Because they're like with Wizardmon and like, oh my god, Wizardmon, you okay? And like all this stuff. We never see him like disappear or anything.
Yeah, he don't disappear in like the sub either.
Well, okay, so just forget Wizardmon.
Yeah, like it's assumed he dies, like it's played out like he's going to die, but we never actually see him like disappear.
Yeah, it's okay, wow. That's just a weird...
Yeah, so for all we know, Wizardmon's just still alive in the human world.
Stuck on top of a building.
Yeah, he's just fine, guys. He's just sleeping.
Yeah,
Myotismon just knocked him out.
Yeah, I thought that was weird. I was like, did they not want to show Wizardmon dying? Like...
Yeah. Like, he's not any of, like, the layer shots. It's just like, yo, we just
I'm pretty sure this is the last time we see Wizardmon.
Yeah. Like, I guess it's implied he dies a bit later, but still.
Oh,
yeah,
I like the point where, the part where Wizardmon shows back up. And he's like, I'm gonna stop you. And Myotismon thought you were dead. He's like, it'll take more than the likes of you to kill me. And then Myotismon shoots him with the energy blast and takes him out in one hit.
Yeah.
It'd be funny if it wasn't so sad.
Oh, man. So, you know, like, Gaomon, like, evolves, and, like, Gaomon's evolutionary line is the most nonsense ever. It's just like, alright, you know, it's like your rookie form's like a dog. It's like, its signature attack is like puppy bark or something.
Puppy howl.
Puppy howl. So it's like you're a dog, and you turn into a cat from being a dog. And like, you go from being a cat to being like a female angel woman for some reason. And like, that turns into like a pink dragon.
Yep.
Yeah, it's very odd. Yeah, so Gaon just digivolves, and like Tailmon turns into a form that has no tail, because we see it just get sucked up in there in the evolution. Also, I feel like you brought us up before, but it's like, yeah, I completely forgot, like, when she evolves, she like takes off the cat gloves and puts like new gloves on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like, is the like pink light of her like body or whatever just like, you know, fades away. You see like just the notable like frame where like all the details of like her anatomy just click in, like, you know, like the cleavage and like the knee lines and stuff.
Yeah.
And just like, now that I'm just looking at, just like, you know, actively like noticing it, it looks really bad. Because I don't know why they didn't just, like, fade out into that or something. It's just, like, one frame and the sunlight. It's like, oh yeah, all the details are just there now. But, whatever. So, like, Andromon just, like, shows up, and she's like, oh, hey, everyone, like, shoot your attacks at me, and I'll, like, use them to kill Myotismon. And they all, like, shoot their friend attacks. Like, it's just so goofy that, like, Greymon shoots his effing shark nukes.
It's energy. It counts.
Yeah, it counts, I guess.
It is a weird ability. I don't think we've ever seen Angelmon do any other time in anything else.
Yeah, because she just activates, I think it's called, like, Heaven's Ray or something, and it's just, like, Myotismon's just, like, frozen in place. And he's like, what the crap is this? And she's like, alright, now I'll, like, take all your power and, like, kill this thing. And she, like, does it. And
yeah, the arrow.
Like, that's the end of that.
It will never see Myotismon again.
No. What Crotch Muppet? That never happened.
I'd like to point out that there's clearly like Andromon's an ultimate, while Angemon is just a regular champion.
Oh right, I forgot. Like Angemon, Andron just shows up and he does like Hand of Fairweather, like Fist of Fairweather, the crap it's called. Like
he punches Myotismon in the back of the head,
and like off to the side, like Phantomon just explodes.
Yeah, he just gets caught in the blast damage.
Just splash damage for like a second. It's so easy to miss. They like just kills Phantomon effortlessly.
Yeah, as quick as Phantomon dies, you might as well just backhanded him.
Yeah, at least like, they'd get like a second.
I like the point where Phantomon's going in to attack Tai, and he digivolves Greymon into Metal Greymon. He fires a missile, and Phantomon's like, time out, and starts running away. Oh. Phantomon's immediately like, screw this, I'm out.
It's like, you just shoot it, it's like, you're not even the target of the attack, you're just like the most minor side character ever, holy crap.
Oh man, going back to like Greymon wiping out a bunch of Bakemon by himself, it's just, we'll get to it, it's in episode 38.
Yeah, it's like where they all just digivolve and just do it.
Yeah, but they're all rookies.
Yeah.
So it's really funny that they all just bum rush a bunch of Bakemon and just completely wipe them out like trash mobs.
Oh man.
And it's like, holy crap, that was kind of brutal.
Freaking like Palmon's getting up there, dang it.
Yeah, Palmon like grabs one of Poison Ivy and whips it into the others. They all get slammed into a wall, and then Biyomon combo attacks a Spiral Twister and annihilates them all.
Jeez.
And it's like, holy crap, guys.
Like, these just getting like straight up murdered too, like, jeez.
It's just so fast. It's just like, holy cow.
Oh man. It's like episode 38, so there's Singer out there, it's like, hey, why is the fog not going away? And like, why is everyone's parents still like knocked out? Oh, this ain't good. And like Jai just like shows up, and like he's just like, although this looks like a graham cracker, it's actually an ancient text I've translated. It says like the effing like prophecy just out of nowhere. It's like, it's like the sky will darken with bads. Sorry, what?
I said it's the prophecy written in digital code or whatever.
Yeah. That became like digital code, and like it's a translation, digital code.
Quote unquote digital code.
It's just like, yeah, it's got like darkened with the bats, and like, like the slumbering will chant the name of the undead king or something, and like on the hour of the beast, like the beast himself will appear or something. Just, yeah, that general, like, just something along those lines.
Angels of light will pierce the ones they were sent to protect with arrows of light, and
the loved ones of those they are sent to protect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
with arrows of light and hope or something.
Yeah,
and then something about recycling in the dub.
Yeah, he's like, also please be sure to recycle. That last part don't seem related, but it's probably just good advice.
Please tell me that's just a dumb thing. It's also in the sub.
I wish it was.
There's no mention of it.
No, they just completely add that in for jokes.
Okay, I was wondering if maybe there was an extra line about something that they censored or something, but
yeah, it'd be interesting if there was just like in the sub, it's just like, oh yeah, also please be sure to recycle, and it's like, wait, should we have recycled Myotismon?
They probably just needed to fill time.
Yeah,
because the dialogue probably ran a little long or something.
Honestly, yeah, that's probably like, the fair explanation. Yeah, so Joe's just like, oh yeah, like, all these people are unconscious and my brother's a doctor. I should go, like, bring my brother here. And he just, like, goes to get his brother and, like, just finds him sleeping in the closet. And that's where we get the weird, like, Bakuman line in the sub.
I don't think he was sleeping. I think he was hiding.
No, like, I'm pretty sure it's like his bed or something's in there for some reason.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, his bed is in there, but I don't think he was sleeping. The implication is that he was hiding from the Bakuman.
Like, he just pops out and it just seems really drowsy and stuff. He's just like, oh, hey, what's going on?
I don't know. I didn't get that impression, but...
Yeah. Maybe it's not like a closet. It might just be like, another, like, smaller room or something. But it looks like a closet. Yeah, he just, like, comes out and, Joe's just like, oh yeah, like... I'm not sure if I want to be a doctor like my father once. His brother's just like, yeah, that might not, like, work out for you. And, like, Digimon gets, like, really offended about it, and he's like, no, it's because he, like, faints at the sight of blood, and it's like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, Bukamon, or currently Bukamon is, like, gets really upset at the idea that Joe is, like, not smart enough or something.
Yeah, he's just like, okay, yeah, that actually is a problem.
Yeah, Joe's brother Jim is like, nah, he's afraid of blood.
Yeah. Kind of a big issue when you're, like, dealing with, like, like, patients and stuff.
Yeah. Also, is his name Jim in the sub?
I think it is. I know, I'm probably wrong. I don't remember his name, actually.
I believe it since Joe's name is actually just Joe.
Yeah.
Like, that didn't change from English to, Japanese to English.
Like, in the dub, Joe's brother comes off as, like, a bit more of a jerk for some reason.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like, in the sub, he's, like, kind of nicer, Like, he's just way more just like, hey, I'm just joking, it's fine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's just like, oh yeah, like, I'm gonna, like, go and, like, I forget what they said in the dub. On the sub, he's just like, yeah, I'm just gonna, like, once I pass my exams, I'm gonna go and, like, work on an island without doctors. And, that'll make my dad real mad.
In the dub, he's like, I'm gonna go to South America or Africa, or somewhere where I can make a difference or something.
Yeah, alright, makes sense.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, Dad's not happy about that. Oh, I know.
Yeah. Yeah, so they just, like, go off, and he's just like, oh, yep, these people are definitely asleep. And you start, like, chanting, like, Myotismon's name, and it's just like, okay, that ain't right.
And then it takes him way too long to, like, realize that the prophecy is, like, super literal.
Yeah. Like, Myotismon just starts, like, coming back as, like, this weird shadow figure. And you see his bats just flying around, just eating all his, like, unconscious and, like, rookie-level minions to, like, gather energy. And they probably ate Wizardmon too, honestly.
Possibly, but we never see that.
Yeah. Wizardmon could still be alive. But, like,
if
he was alive at the time, he's probably not alive anymore.
Yeah, the bats probably.
Like, the last time we saw him was on the rooftop where Myotismon comes back.
Yeah.
like things aren't looking great for Wizardmon in like episode 38.
Wizardmon's either dead or absorbed.
Yeah.
And from what I know of Tamers, absorbed means dead anyways.
Yeah. I just sort of assume it's like, oh yeah, you kill something, you get its data. Like, more or less, basically.
In Tamers?
Well, I don't know. I sort of assume in, like, general, like, if you eat something, you get its data or whatever.
If you destroy a Digimon, its data just goes back to the digital world or the primary village or whatever.
Yeah. Right.
Unless you make the conscious decision to absorb the Digimon.
Yeah, because that's been assuming that it's like, we've been like buying a bunch of like monsters and stuff, so like, that's why like all the rookies are so strong now, because they've been like gaining experience, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, this might not even apply to Digimon Adventure 1 and 2, because Tamers is technically in a different universe.
You're probably super right.
Well, I mean, it is. Like, in Tamers, Digimon Adventure 1 and 2 is a TV show and card game.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Because, like...
Tamers is completely different.
I think I saw some, like, trailer for the new, like, Digimon series. It's, like, Digimon the Last or something. And it's, like... I could have sworn I saw, like, effing, like, Guilmon with, like, Tai or something.
With Tai?
Yeah, like, effing, like... I don't think I saw Takao, but I could have sworn I saw it as, like, Gallantmon or something, just, like, in the background with, like, everyone else.
It might just be a big fan service shot. I know that there's a scene in Cross Wars where it's weird. Like, every canon comes together for the big final battle, including Takato, who is like... Takato shows up and is like, I thought you were like, wow, I'm meeting like the characters from the TV show or whatever.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Alright, that's super confusing.
Tai and Davis and like the characters from 1 and 2 are a TV show and card game to Takato's world.
Huh. Interesting. Because if they're like seeing the thing, then that means they like crossed over, I guess. I've never seen Cross Wars, but I'm pretty sure it's just a big, like, look how cool this scene is. All the heroes are coming together. It's like, screw it. All the universes are canon now. Yeah. Man, that's weird. That's sort of like, in, like, G Gundam, when they just start bringing out, like, the Wing Gundam and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait, what? Like, how does this even...
Well, I mean, with Tamers, it kind of makes sense because it's in a different universe. So you never see any of the other kids from 1 or 2. And that means that when things go bad in Tamers, they don't have the heroes from 1 and 2 to show up and help.
Yeah.
The focus is on the characters of Tamers.
I'm trying to think of, like, any other, like, crazy crossover things like that just, like, happen. Like, there's one I think of, but it's not really a crossover, and it's also not really related. It's just really funny. There's, like, epic Sesame Street episode, I believe, where it's, like, effing Big Bird just, like, challenges the Egyptian gods to save, like, the soul of a dying child.
That's a popular thing. That happened in G.I. Joe, like the old cartoon.
Yeah, like, Big Bird just, like, goes out, like, just stares down, like, an Egyptian god, like, in the actual Egyptian afterlife. And there's like, oh, this child felt doubt, so he's going to hell or whatever. And Big Bird's like, that's not fair, you can't do that. And he, like, challenges him and, like, argues for this child and, like, manages to win. Like, they weigh the child's, like, heart against one of, like, Big Bird's feathers. It's amazing. Like, Big Bird defeats a demon.
In the G.I. Joe cartoon, I can't even remember what it is, but yeah, the worth of their souls is tested by the Egyptian gods, like the literal Egyptian gods. It's like, wow, okay. And the Cobra, like Cobra Commander and his goons are like, they're working for some kind of Egyptian snake god, because of course they are.
I think I actually remember hearing about this.
I probably talked about it before.
Yeah, it's like Cobra's goons just turn into crazy snake people or something.
Maybe? It's been a while. I don't remember, but yeah, I caught it on TV at one point, and I was like, what in the world?
Oh, man. Just like... So this is also, like, very much super unrelated, just what's on my mind. Just, I don't know why this even came up, or why I'm even thinking about this. But it's, like, recently I'm, like, kind of looking into, like, effing, like, dumb comic bullcrap. There's, like, just these, like, random videos where it's like, oh yeah, it's like, you know, this history of, like, Santa, like, the DC universe. And how, like, you know, Santa, like, every year Santa just goes out and he gives coal to Darkseid by, like, dodging through his, like, defenses, like, around his military base. And he just personally just, like, he hand delivers it and then just runs off.
Santa's too powerful.
He just shows... He, like, personally just gives a lump of coal to Darkseid and then just flies out of there. And Darkseid just looks at him just like, damn you.
Don't mess with Santa.
There's some are really dumb. Oh yeah, I remember. Because there's, like, something dumb in, like, the Marvel Comics 2 that I found where it's like... This is such an unrelated tangent. But it's like the second Marvel appearance of Santa. Like, number 2. He's just like... There's this evil businessman who's just sitting there. He's just like, oh yeah, I wanna ruin Christmas. And he just like... It's like, alright, to ruin Christmas, I'm gonna fly to the North Pole by myself. And give Santa, like, just these drug-laced cookies that make him super fat. And, like, Superman has to, like, save Christmas by, like, helping Santa lose the weight so he can fit down chimneys again. And it's like, his methods include, like, I'm not making this up, like, scaring the weight off of Santa. Epic scaring the way of Santa. And, like, pushing Santa around at super speed to make him run faster.
Oh, man. I mean, Superman flew around the world to rewind time. It's dumber things have happened.
Dumb. It's like, oh yeah, Superman helped Santa, like, lose weight by scaring the pounds off of him.
Yeah, it's silly. Comic books are dumb.
Comic books are amazing sometimes. So, yeah. So, like, Myotismon. Myotismon just, like, gathers up data. And, you know, like, epic Matt's dad is just like, oh, we have to stop him before the hour of the beast. Which is 6 hours and 6 minutes past midnight, or whatever, or like 6 hours, 6 minutes.
6 hours, 6 minutes, 6 seconds, yeah.
And it's like, yeah, and the dumb thing I'm like, you know, explain, it's like, oh yeah, it's like, you know, what the exact time is or whatever. And like the sub, he's like, oh, it's the hour of the beast from Revelations. And like Ty just looks at the Digivice and he's like, 666. So yeah, there's like, okay, we have to stop like the actual like devil right now, basically, again.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
I said, yep.
Alright, sorry. I thought you said, like, hang on. There's, like, something going on. Alright.
No. They gotta stop the devil again.
Yeah, basically. And, like, Epic Myotismon just, like, transforms before they even get there. It becomes the Myotismon. Just, like, this big, just lanky-armed, crazy-looking red monster man with, like, furry legs. And he just has, like, eyes on his, like, belt area and, like, a crotch Muppet. But it's like, before that, it's like, yeah, he just appears, and there's like, alright, well, we have to fight him off, right? So they try to attack him, and, like, Garurumon, like, slashes his head, and, like, these weird tentacles come out.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Yeah, because it's like they're kind of knocking him back, but he's just laughing it off, and it's like, oh, geez, this isn't working.
I think one of the funniest things is seeing how tiny Garurumon is in comparison to Metal Greymon.
Yeah, I love that Garurumon just rides the missile.
Yeah.
Like, Melgron just launches the shark nuke, and, like, Garurumon just hops on top of it. It's like, let's do this.
Just rides the missile over to him.
Oh, man. Like, I think it's around this point that it's, like, effing the Myotismon. He just starts, like, shooting rainbow, like, crotch lasers from his, like, belt eyes. And he's just, like, blasting the city and stuff, and they're just like, oh, geez, we have to stop him, but, like, we're not strong enough. They're just like, wait, what's about that, like, was that prophecy again about, like, the angel thing? Because maybe we should do that and see if it works. And they figure out, like, oh, yeah, so it's like Cupid, right? Like, this might be a terrible idea, but it's the only chance we got.
Shoot the kids.
And, like, Ty's like, alright, let's do this. As he's just off to the side, just like, wait, no, don't. You could actually die. Yeah, there's like, now we have to do this, I believe in us.
It's fine.
Yeah. Like, in the dub, they're kind of, like, goading each other on to do it, like Ty and Matt are.
Yeah.
And, like, in the sub, they're just like, they're still kind of, like, just, like, they're very protagonistic about, I think is the word. They're very, like, main protagonisty about it. But, Matt's just like, oh yeah, hold my hand so I can't run away, and Ty's like, yeah, like, I don't want to run away either.
Wait, did you say is the sub or the dub?
The sub.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Also, just it's like, at this part, we get, like, a whole new, like, just insert song. Where it's, like, about, like, angel wings or something.
Yeah, I forgot to mention it. In 37, nothing kills the mood of Andromon, like Garurumon turning into Andromon and Andromon like taking out Myotismon. Nothing kills that moment more than hey Digimon.
Yeah.
And I'm like, frick.
Every single time. It's like, hey Digimon and like Luna Mounts is not like that bad, I think. But it's no Braveheart, and it's never gonna be Braveheart.
Yeah, don't use it during the big climactic moment where they take down Myotismon. What the heck?
Like every time
they use it. They use it in the scene where Greymon and where Garurumon are attacking Venom Myotismon too.
Oh man.
And they're not doing any damage. So they're playing like this happy upbeat like triumphant music where they're losing.
Yeah, that makes like so much more sense with Braveheart. Because it's like, oh yeah, we're trying, but it's like, it's like not exactly like, it's not exactly a happy song. It's just like upbeat.
Yeah.
It's just sort of like triumphant-ish, but it's like, they're still like just fighting on, just like, not quite doing it.
Yeah, I might have to watch the sub because the stuff like that in the dub is killing me.
Yeah, you should check out the sub. Like, I feel like it's honestly the way better experience. Because, like, I don't know if it's because I'm, like, taking notes on the dub or what, but every week I'm just sort of like, like, I get through the dub episodes and it's like, yeah, that was good, And I just go to the sub episodes and they just, like, fly by so much faster, it feels like.
It's like, wow, the sub feels like they're trying.
Yeah, they have, like, a consistent tone and all this stuff. like Braveheart's played, like, way more than Hey Digimon, and it's still good. Like, I hadn't even begun to get tired of Braveheart yet. That song's just great.
Yeah, it's because Braveheart's really good.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's like, oh crap, we can't beat the Myotismon. We have to, like, shoot our tamers with arrows. And, like, they just digivolve into their mega forms. From, like, just the arrows hitting them. And, like, we get, like, the, like, transformation sequence. I was sitting there, it's like, alright, War Greymon's transformation don't look quite like I remember. It's still really cool.
Yeah, they definitely tried a little harder with the CG models for the mega forms.
Yeah.
You can kind of tell that to do that though they had to limit animation because War Greymon doesn't move around all that much.
Yeah, he just sort of like flies for the most part, and that's fine because War Greymon is awesome.
Yeah, War Greymon's great. Metal Garurumon's a downgrade as far as I'm concerned, though.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of an upgrade because I do like the ice missile stuff and like that he has all these like cannons and things inside of him. Yeah, but at the same time, it's just like, if he was bipedal, it'd be so much better.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know how I feel about quadrupedal Digimon.
Yeah, just like, if his like starting form was like Mogarumon X, then that'd be perfect. That's exactly what that line needed to be from like second one.
Yeah, but I get where they're coming from by making I get where they're coming from with the Metal Garurumon because he's a weapons platform shaped like a wolf.
Yeah, basically. Like, it's just very weird that he just goes back and forth. I feel like that's my big thing with it. So yeah, like, any thoughts on like those two episodes so far?
No, not really.
All right.
Yeah, no, not really.
Yeah. All right. So episode 39. I actually don't have many notes for this one, surprisingly, because a lot of it's just like, oh yeah, they fight the Myotismon, and then stuff happens. Yeah, they just start launching the missiles and stuff, but it's like, oh, the Myotismon is like too powerful. And we get like an up close shot of like his crotch eyes shooting like laser beams that are like just rainbow beams.
Yeah, Venom Myotismon's interesting design.
Yeah, it's very odd. I'm actually not sure how I feel about it, honestly.
I mean, I think it's fine. It's a nice change of pace from part machine Digimon.
Yeah, I guess that is like a fair way to look at. Oh yeah, and the sub, like, I forgot, before I like going further, like, Devimon just straight up says like, oh yeah, like, of course he could come back because Myotismon's already undead. Or like something to that effect, like, he implies like, oh yeah, Myotismon's undead, so of course he'd rise from the grave or whatever.
Nah. Also, Venom Myotismon eats Devimon.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I forgot to mention, like, just backups up there, so it's like, yeah, and they're fighting Myotismon for the first time on, like, the rooftop, and, like, Andromon shows up, and the sub Myotismon just randomly brings up his plan. Yeah, I completely forgot that was a thing. Cause, like, she's, getting her fine, she's like, do you feel, like, no remorse for your sins? And, like, Myotismon's just, like, no, he's like, I'm going to merge the human and digital worlds together and rule the entire, like, like, all of existence, basically. He's like, you can't stop me, it's predetermined. You know, he's just like, it's my birthright and all this stuff, and then, like, they beat him. So, yeah, I just wanted to, like, make sure I mentioned that at some point. That, like, Myotismon actually did have a plan for this. We just only now learned it.
Yeah, he just never felt like talking about it.
Yeah. Right, so, like, they're fighting the Myotismon. It's like everyone like attacks together with like their champion forms and stuff, and like where Greymon just tornado drills the crap out of his crotch. Like he screams about like how they've already awoken the beast. Is like his crotch mouth opens up and the crotch Muppet just climbs out and just goes like, "Nyeh!" It's like, why? Oh, it's the funniest, weirdest crap. It's like the little crotch monster comes out and it just starts like puking shadow energy from his crotch and like a puddle.
Man, Digimon's weird.
It's like, what the crap is this? Man, so it's like everyone's crest glows. They like tie the Myotismon down for a bit, and like, you know, Ty's just like, oh, that form inside of him is like the real Myotismon. That's what we should be aiming for.
Kick him in the balls.
The what?
Kick him in the balls.
Yeah, with a ball. Cause like they take a bit of like a ruined building. It's like the big like, you know, round whatever the crap on top of it. And like Groupon just passes it. Everyone's just like, alright, go for the goal. And like Lord Greymon just soccer kicks it.
Yeah, it's the thing that fell off the radio tower.
Yeah. And it like hits it for like a sun, and they do their like actual big attacks, and that like destroys it. So yeah, they defeat Myotismon's crotch, and the rest of him just like disappears. They're just like, yeah, we did it. We saved the day. With the power of like, I feel like this is like at least 3 like plot contrivances like back to back. Like, you know, just like the arrows of light and like, you know, the like Digivices just chaining him down and like just Gaomon instantly evolving and stuff. But like, it's fine because the episodes are still good. Like, the crap that's going on is like, you know, they're getting to it and they're like, you know, ending off these arcs and stuff, and it just feels earned, I feel like. Well, not exactly earned, but feels like, you know, it feels fair enough very much, I think.
Yeah.
It's just sort of like, you know what, yeah, that's fine. Sure, why not? Yeah, they like... effing... Yeah, it's... Crap, there's some line here, it's like... Yeah, curse you Digi-Destins and your lousy cresses, like effing, like, Crotch shouts as they kill him. And, like, the fog clears. And you see, like, strips of the digital world just in the sky out of nowhere. They're just like, oh, what the crap is this? Oh, this is, like, across the entire world. What's going on? And, like, we have a weird little bit where it's like, oh yeah, this American, like, airline just tried to investigate, and it just flies off, and it, like, goes into the digital world, and it, like, immediately freezes and falls into the ocean. And they just never follow up on it. Well, it falls into the digital world ocean, too, to be, like, clear.
It's fine.
There's, like, you know... That's like probably like the moment where it's like every second the good guys are using to say goodbye is like months for these lone survivors.
Yeah. Yeah, they're probably dead.
Yeah, they're probably super dead, honestly. It just sort of happens. And, like, yeah, TK's mom is just like, oh, you must have been terrified, TK. And TK's like, nah, Matt was with me the whole time. And it's like, you effing liar.
TK's like,
she
no, not
saw
really.
that you weren't with Matt, you freaking liar. Oh, TK's such a freaking liar, man. They just like don't address it. So like they're staying around just like, oh, what's up with this weird digital world thing? And like you see an airliner just get close, and, like a Kuwagamon just flies out and grazes the wing. And it just starts like spiraling down like a second airplane. And there's like, oh no, Bertramon, like save that freaking airliner. And like Bergeron has to like Digivolve, but does it. And like the commentary mon just buzzes off and it just phases through everything and just disappears somewhere. And they never really solve that issue, it just happens. Yeah, so they like they save the airliner and then they like, you know, there's like, oh yeah, like we've only been here like a few days, but that means like years have passed in the digital world. And like the corruption's just gone worse, so like who knows what crazy like threats have popped up in like the years we've been away from just like all our friends and everything. So they're just like, alright, yeah. Jeez, that's right. The digital world must be like old as crap. Holy crap.
Mm-hmm.
Cause like, yeah, like a couple of days is like years. And like this has been going for like, well, like I want to say like, well, I don't know, it's probably like not, well,
who knows how long the digital world has existed.
It's at least existed since like the invention of like technology. So I guess that's not like too crazy, but still like holy crap. Like you leave the digital world for like a day and you come back and there's like prophecies about you and crap. Like that's the time span we're talking about.
Yeah, full on like Chronicles of Narnia and whatnot.
Yeah. It's just like, well, crap, what was the movie? It was like, I'm trying to remember, it was like a Christopher Nolan film. I'll probably like come back to it. It was like someone was like, you know, it was like they're trying to like, you know, go to like a new planet and like colonize life because like the Earth is dying. And it's like, oh, because of time differences, like every moment they spend out near this new planet is like months on Earth. And it's like there's a point where it's like, oh, characters get like stuck on the planet and they have to like return back to the space station, like because they're stuck for like an hour. A mission that was like supposed to last like a couple months or like a week or so ended up lasting like years and years. And they just go back to the other crewmate. And he's just all old and bitter. And he's like, you know, it's like you did what you had to do. Like, you know, stuff happens. He's like, yo, but like we have so little time left. Holy crap, guys. Yeah, and they like eventually learn that like the truth behind everything is love or some crap. Because there's like, the power that like, you know, allows us to like travel through time. It's, you know, it's not science or mathematics. It's love that connects us to each other. And they like set all these like events in motion and crap.
Amazing.
But yeah. It's kind of like, I feel like that's something the series could have definitely explored if they really wanted to. Just like that weird, just like meta fear of just like, you know, like time is passing and that means all your loved ones are just at home dying of old age and there's nothing you can do about it. It's like a very weird feeling, sort of like existential thing, you know? But yeah, so they just go through, there's like, oh hey, we have to like go back to the digital world because like things are only gonna get worse. So, Joe's brother is just like, oh yeah, don't worry, if the sun doesn't come up tomorrow, we'll just know that you screwed up or something. And everyone's just like, ah, come on, don't be like that. He's like, what? It's a joke. And Joe's like, yeah, well, I'll make sure the sun comes up tomorrow no matter what. And like the girls are just like, oh man, what a man. It's like, yeah, you're really like, manning up, Joe. Just weird because in the sub they're just specifically like, man, that really doesn't suit you, but yeah, go for it. So like Joe just sort of stumbles back into the Rainbow Bridge, and because of that everyone has to like cross with him early. And they're just like, yeah, just bye Mom, we have to go to the digital world.
Gotta go back.
Gotta go back and fight the monsters.
We'll be back before you even realize, like, we'll be back within the day probably.
Yeah, probably.
Like, don't actually worry all that much. We'll be back real soon.
Would be amazing. If it's just like shows like it shows like the parents, and it's like the kids are just like flying off and they're just like crying, they're just like, no, don't leave us. They're just like, Godspeed, TK. I hope you managed to do this. And like a second later, like the portal just reopens and they just like come back out.
It's like, yeah, we're done.
Yeah, we're fine. Like TK just shows up. He just got like a full beard. He's just like, I'm back, mother, but he's like still a kid.
How long were you kids gone? About a month.
TK's just like, I've existed in that foul plane for 100 eons. He's still like a child.
Matt smacks him. He's like, stop that.
He's like, do not lay your hand on me, brother. He's like, be gone, foul thought.
They should have, now after revealing how time works, they really should have shown the kids leaving, and then like the parents wait a few minutes or like an hour or something, and then the kids pop back out of the portal, and then they tell them what happened, and it like it's like everything is told via flashback. Oh,
that'd be so funny.
Because it's like, yeah, they'd just be gone for like a few minutes or an hour at most.
This show up, it's just like, oh hey, you're fine, and like they're just like, oh, what happened, Ty? And Ty's like, well, you see, here's what went down. It just like cuts to the next episode.
Yeah. Like I guess if they did that, it would cut all tension. It's like, oh no, well I guess none of the kids died or anything, so everything's fine. But like, I mean, who would expect? The kids wouldn't think about that.
Yeah.
The kids probably wouldn't think, oh well, they're here now, so that means nothing happened. They'd probably still be invested.
So like, have you seen the Dark Crystal Netflix series?
No.
Like, are you fine with spoilers for it?
No.
Alright, the one thing I'll say is that it's a prequel.
Okay.
So you just have your collection of Skeksis, and you just look at them, and you're just like, well, this is a prequel, so of course all these guys are safe. And you look over, and there's those couple of new Skeksis they added. And it's like, oh boy, I wonder who's going to die. Is it this weird wart Skeksis we've never seen before? Or this crazy skull Skeksis we've also never seen before in the sequel?
These guys gotta go.
Yeah, I wonder if Chamberlain is gonna die. Wonder if he's gonna be the first to go. And yeah, by the end of it, it's just sort of like, oh, well, that was unexpected. It's like things happen where it's just like, oh, like, how is this going to line up now? What the heck?
Ow.
Alright, so, yeah, that was the end of the Myotismon arc, I guess. Like, any final thoughts, I guess?
No, not really.
Yeah, like, I don't know, like, I was sort of, like, a fan of, like, the, like, real-world stuff, like... Yeah, it feels like a lot of the real-world arc was just sort of, like, very aimless, you know? A lot of it nice if we had, like, some more stuff for a lot of the stuff, like, earlier on, or, like, you know, if they didn't screw up that one episode where, like, Myotismon just puts his plans into motion. But, like, it really did, like, come together at the end, I think, and, like, I think it's, like, mainly because it's just such a straightforward situation, right? Like, the whole, like, stretch of them taking on Myotismon feels like it could have happened at any point in the series, you know?
It was the introduction of Megas.
Yeah, like, it feels like, you know, the stuff they were doing before, I feel like, is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah.
Because, like, a lot of the other stuff felt, like, very different and was just, like, very odd.
But...
Alright, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, but like I said, it's an introduction of Megas, so it had to be a big moment.
Yeah. But I feel like, you know, they could have, like, kind of kept this more in tone. Like, I kind of appreciate them for, like, trying something different. And I felt like, you know, it didn't work out as well as they kind of wanted it to. But, like, at least at the very end, they, like, stuck the landing, right?
Yeah, I thought it was fine.
Yeah. Like, it's fine enough. It's just, you know, like, just sort of, like, kind of mid-low, 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 and it just jumps up at the very end. I don't know, does that sort of make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so I guess that's gonna do it then.
Alright.
Yeah, so next time I guess we'll just figure out what the crap's going on in the digital world. And the arc that I actually do remember for, like, the most part, I believe.
Yeah, it's an interesting one.
Yeah. Should be fun to see those differences.
Yeah.
Oh boy, there's already, like, stuff with, like, just a certain Digimon I'm looking forward to. Cause, like, how the heck is that gonna work in the sub?
With, I don't know who you're talking about specifically.
Puppetmon.
Yeah.
Cause I know Puppetmon pulls out a gun at some point.
Well, in the sub, it'll be the uncensored whatever.
Yeah, I kind of want to know what's going on there. If Puppetmon pulling out a gun is, like, a regular thing, then that's gonna be amazing.
It's probably nothing more special than Puppetmon has a gun.
Yeah, he just pulls out for, like, one scene, uses it, and that's just it.
Yeah.
I know, probably. So yeah, I guess see you guys around.
Yeah, later.
Later.